You may proceed.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Seal Podcast, episode number 235 for August the 9th. Seriously, already?
What the fuck?
Oh, man. I got to get outside. I haven't got time to podcast. I can see sun outside my window. I need to be out there.
I can't see the rain outside my window.
We had
But
rain earlier.
that's because there
today.
isn't any at the moment.
That's why the sun is so important.
It's not sunny here, though,
No.
because it's 9 o'clock, so the sun's going down.
It's true. Fair enough. Welcome to the show. Thank you very much for joining us. My name is Fraser. I'm joined on my left by Dave.
Hello.
And on my right by Neil.
Hello.
Thank you for welcoming me back with open arms after my week away.
Oh, I was pushing it a bit.
Everything good, lads?
Lads
and lasses?
Everything good? Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. Same old shit, different day.
Yeah, kids are off school, but
my kids. One of them's permanently off school now. She's finished. So.
Well, when did your daughter finish school, Dave?
So she broke up
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Okay, so yeah, all right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
But she's still off school. She's still hanging about.
Yeah, she'll be off school till September, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
Wow. I don't know.
He lets himself in now.
Around.
For the kids. Good for the kids.
Yeah.
Samson can work with the door handle now, can he?
Yeah, he can do whatever he wants. He doesn't mind. That's a reference to my dog just walking in the office.
Yeah, through a closed door. Initially closed, obviously. He opened the door.
Clever. So welcome to the show, everyone. I'm going to guess that there isn't much footy stuff for us to start with. Well, Championship starts this weekend, or tonight, doesn't it?
Like, there's games on now. I was watching the Sheepshaggers losing. Derby are losing. Derby are losing. Derby. I don't know why they're called Sheepshaggers. That's only for a Forest fan, I think.
Well, they have a ram as their logo, don't they?
Right, yeah.
They're known as the
do
Rams,
they shag them?
Right?
Don't know. Why?
Yeah, but any football fan, I mean, if you're going to put sort of like, let's call it in inverted commas, a sheep in your logo or as your mascot or whatever, your opposition's going to basically say that you fuck them, right? I mean, let's not beat around the bush here.
Well, I thought that was reserved for one particular nation of the United Kingdom.
I would never say such a thing.
No, neither would I. That's why I didn't say it.
Derby, though, all bets are off.
Well, who knows? It's a bit weird around that area of the country, let's be honest.
Derby. Well, we're all sort of Midlanders, aren't we? Well, I mean, like I say, I've lived in Leicester and Nottingham for about 5 years. You're Midlands, aren't you? Are you? You count yourself as Midlands?
Southeast, isn't it?
Dave's Midlands. All day, every day, right?
I'm as middle as middle can get.
Are you not Midlands? You're not quite Midlands then, in the buzz.
No, it's Southeast, isn't it?
Yeah, you're Southeast. I am.
I'll get East Anglia TV. You know? Do you not get East Anglia TV in Northampton? I think you do.
Yeah.
No, so you're not Midlands then, are you? Because then you get central.
We're right on the edge of the East Midlands. So yeah.
Is it still called Central in ITV? Midlands TV and that was the regional ITV. It used to be. I don't know what the fuck it is now. Because I'm not there.
You're above the Watford Gap, aren't you, Neil?
No. Watford Gap's fucking miles away.
Is it?
Yeah, that's where it becomes north. I'm north of Watford, not Watford Gap.
Oh, okay. Watford Gap. Okay. Dave, you're north of Watford Gap, though, aren't you?
No, he's not north of... No, you're not.
I don't know.
Watford Gap's fucking miles away.
All right. Don't be offended.
I'm not offended. Get your geography right.
All right.
Right. So the Watford Gap is about. Hang on. Where is it from me? It's 20 miles north of me.
See, miles away. Literal miles. 20 of them. Count them.
Yeah, 20 of them. Yeah.
Okay. So you. Okay.
It's like the M1. What's that?
The M1.
Northampton's 15 and the Watford Gap's like 16 or 17.
It's halfway between Northampton and Leicester, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on from this disastrous intro. What else have we
football,
got?
anyway, football, we're a week away from FPL and obviously the Premier League. So you've got a week to get your teams in for week 1.
No
so
problem.
The links are on the Discord.
First game
24
is
teams is there in the league, I think. First
Friday
game
night,
is
first game?
deadline is 6:30 BST on the 16th of August.
What day is
Which
it?
is Friday. Because it's
Okay.
Man United v Fulham on the Friday night.
Righty-ho. Gotcha, Neil. Thank you.
No worries. But, you know, the
Right.
real football kicked off this weekend.
Yeah,
So-
okay. You mean the keeping it real football?
The toughest league in the world kicked off this weekend.
Yeah. All right. You'll be back in
Maybe.
a decade, right?
We got to do it this year if we're going to do it.
Yeah.
Best chance you got.
Bounce straight back.
It's going to be another toughie, though.
Let's move on then to listener stuff. Unless there's any more football notices, but I mean, all the links are in the Discord for the leagues.
There's a separate channel called FPL-Leagues. Well, I don't know how you... I put in FPL Space Leagues, but it always puts a dash on Discord. It does that. I don't know.
Go to Discord, look for the leagues. If you can't find them, ask for help.
Yeah. Because I don't know for whatever reason, but Christian was asking what for the links because for some reason he gave the link to his son, but it wouldn't work. But when he joined the Discord, it clearly worked. I don't know because he's in the league, so I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I'm not too sure why that was. All right, okay. Well, that's good. Everyone, get your stuff in, and we'll have a couple of games. Well, we'll have a game.
We'll be halfway through a game.
Yeah, there'll be a game running when we record next week. Cool. All right, let's move on to listener stuff. Derek Sines has been kind enough to send us something in. He says, "Hello, CO Podcast. I sent a message on your website last week, but Neil and Dave didn't mention it. So I wondered if you were still reading out messages from your website, or was my message deemed too boring to read out on a high-class and intellectual show like the CO Podcast?"
Well, we read everything.
Maybe Neil and Dave did the show early or on a different day, as I heard last week that Fraser was away somewhere getting stoned at a pinball tournament, bringing a whole new meaning to the term high score. Derek. And then after that, he's found the email had been blocked.
I wrote this. I found
okay.
the email had been blocked by the website. It had been marked as spam on the website. I don't know why. It didn't get to our inbox because everything you put on the website, if you fill a form on the website, it drops into our email box. So I only ever checked it
into the spam.
No. It didn't even get to the spam folder on the email because I always check the spam on the email just in case. There is a spam email if you want to read that as well.
So did it get dropped
so
to
it
the
was
spam
literally
in the
blocked
website?
at the website level for spam, and I was like, "That's weird." And when I clicked on it to say it wasn't spam, it dropped into the inbox on the email immediately. So I would have to check the website. I don't know if it's because there were emojis in it. The formatting looked weird when I looked at it on the website back end. But when it came through to the...
Derek.
Well, no, I'm saying, let me finish. I'm just saying. When it came through into the inbox, it looked completely fine. It just had some emojis in. So I don't know what happened, basically. But we got it in the end.
So the management want to hear.
I'm not a WordPress expert, despite managing to create a website from scratch.
You are our expert, and we demand that you do good.
Do good. Yeah, well done. We've had enough today.
Superman does good. I demand that you do well.
Okay. I will do better. I will check this website for spam as well as the email box now, just in case.
You set it up. This is the.
I don't know why I didn't put it. I didn't tell it to fucking do any rules.
I'm telling you, don't do shit because it just creates work for everyone.
Well, we never used to get emails from Derek. Made it easy, and now he sends emails. Well, say we never. We haven't had any for a while.
Look at the problems it's caused.
You're the one causing problems.
Yeah, I'm up for it.
I solve problems.
It's very commendable that Derek managed to hit a filter that we could recreate when we were setting this stuff up. So
well, I don't know. I didn't really try too hard to make it fuck up when I set up. But I don't know. Say it came through with where you'd pressed return. I don't know if he copied it and pasted it from somewhere, maybe, and it went a bit fucking...
Oh my God, he's blaming Derek
I'm just
again.
saying, I'm giving potential answers as to why it was marked as spam. I don't know why. But when I read it on the website, it had weird strings of numbers, and I was like, that's weird, what's that? And then when you look at the email that dropped in the inbox, they were emojis. So I was like, I don't know. I'm just saying.
Just saying is all. All right, we need to find the root cause.
I'll leave that with you.
Yeah, all right. I'll get right on that. So he has a follow. Oh, so this is it.
So this is the actual email that didn't come through.
The bolded headline says, "Rest in peace, home video game consoles, 1983 to 2033." 1983 to 2033.
I think he's got his dates wrong.
I don't think he has.
Maybe.
I don't think he has.
I'm going to read
just
it.
read.
Okay. Right.
Wait.
Sorry. I am. Yeah.
Can't get the respect you deserve around here, Derek. I apologize.
I've read the email already, so that's why
I didn't.
Yes.
Sorry. Been too busy. It says here, we are here today to pay tribute to the 50-year life of the home video game console from the Nintendo Entertainment, let's just call it the NES, from the NES in 1983 to the announcements that there will no longer be any home video game console successors to the PlayStation 666, in brackets, born 2027, the Xbox Infinity, born 2026, and the Nintendo Majestic, born 2025. We will always be grateful to video game consoles for the countless hours of joy, enlightenment, amazement, education, frustration, rage, and friendships forged. Right, guys?
Yep.
When we are all happily playing video games through the cloud on our internet-connected handheld device of choice, please give thanks for what got us all to where we are in 2034. The mighty, magnificent, marvelous home video game console. Here endeth the eulogy. And then he has
the piece of creative writing, this, Dave, I think. Right.
Yes, he says the above eulogy is for entertainment purposes only and is written only to provide a topic of conversation and debate. And it's similar to real world situations purely because it is, of course.
You can't do that job. The job of the person who reads the bit at the end of the adverts, because you can't speak quickly and enunciate correctly. I can't do it either.
Medical adverts over here are fantastic. They do paragraphs of stuff so quick.
They've definitely got to the point now where there's so much shit they have to say. They record it at normal speed and then just play it at like 1.5 on the actual adverts.
So let's break down what Derek sent us here. So this is Derek's.
He's predicting the end of the video game console as hardware, I suspect, in the 2030. After 50 years, there will no longer be a need for the actual hardware. I'm guessing. Or the manufacturers of current hardware will have said, fuck this, it's not worth making all these machines anymore because it's too expensive and we can just do it this other way.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with Derek. I don't think we'll see the end of the console. I think there's always going to be a situation where they can't, like, you can get a controller and it'll hook into your TV or whatever, and you can play Xbox Game Pass. You could probably play downloaded games or whatever of certain sizes, fine. But there will always be a demand to push the envelope of what capabilities they are with.
Well, they've got better hardware in the cloud. GeForce Now, the paid for tier, is like running 4080s or something in the cloud. So you get fucking great ray tracing, amazing settings, way better than you get on the consoles. And GeForce Now actually fucking works better than Game Pass cloud streaming. Yeah.
I mean, I haven't found Game Pass generally be too bad.
What, streaming?
In the last little while.
How often do you use that?
I'd like to check out that How often do I use it? Not very often. Yeah.
No, I've not heard anyone say anything really good about Game Pass cloud streaming.
I've been giving them. Sorry, Dave. Go on.
I think it's chicken and the egg situation. I don't think people would have Game Pass to have access to the cloud streaming if they didn't already have a PC or an Xbox. So this is why
they wouldn't rely on their TV/mobile phone for it. You mean?
No, and even if you were in that sphere of having a service, you wouldn't go to Xbox for Xbox Cloud. You'd go to GeForce.
Because Game Pass is on GeForce now, as far as I know. If you pay for Game Pass, you can link that to your GeForce account and play it via GeForce Now, rather than Xbox cloud streaming. That's how much faith they have in their own cloud streaming technology. They actually use someone else to provide it now as well.
I think it's such a weird service that Xbox provide, because you wouldn't have Game Pass that includes the cloud streaming if you didn't have the devices to play the games to start with. So there's no real need for that, apart from like having it on your mobile. But who wants to play a full-fledged game on your mobile?
I wouldn't want to play a multiplayer version of Call of
No.
Duty on my cloud streaming, for sure.
No.
But if, for example, it's not an Xbox game, but God of War Ragnarok, I see today, PC specs 190 gigabytes. So you could try out God of War Ragnarok on streaming and go, yeah, I like this game, and then wait, if you've not got like fucking gigabit internet, a while for it to download properly and then play it properly. So you could try games out on cloud and then download them. But like,
yeah, maybe.
if you've got semi-decent broadband and you're only trying out fucking Hollow Knight, for example, it's only going to take about fucking 10 minutes to download it.
No. Yeah. If they started tying these things into play now, download in the background, and then play from like your installed version after that, I can see that having a good tie-in. So you can literally just play now, and then it starts. But I don't know. I'm still not. I can't see a situation where I'd ever use online.
For a lot of
gaming.
people, I think GeForce Now, what they provide in terms of the specs that you can play, the resolutions and the ray tracing settings and all that shit, is way beyond what most people have at home.
No, I suppose if you've just got a standard, I don't know, computer laptop,
you can play on a Chromebook, which has no capability to play any fucking video games. Let's be honest.
Yeah, okay, but that still doesn't address the fact that I have two issues with this. One, it doesn't address the fact of the latency issue. So you have a problem when you're not running clients, right, directly from you know.
It depends on what you're playing, doesn't it?
You're at the mercy of both your local network and the.
I wouldn't. You wouldn't. You'd be like, oh, that's the internet every time. If you were playing a multiplayer competitive game, you'd be like, oh, that's the internet every time.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't me. That was not me being shit. That was the internet.
Yeah. And then the other problem I have as well is that, okay, GeForce Now is running all this sort of high-end graphics capability to deliver all fantastic ray tracing. But if you've ever seen streaming delivered to your screen, it looks like shit.
Well, it depends. Have you tried GeForce Now when you pay for it? No, obviously.
Right, but you're still GeForce is. I should try it before I should try it for sure. But I'd be very surprised if it's
not ever going to be. If you have the same equipment at home, it's not going to be as good as having it at home.
Right, but how disconnected is it from what you would have at home to what they're delivering?
How much do you think it costs to have that shit at home?
I know. I'm just saying,
versus paying 20 quid a month for whatever it is. I don't even know what it is for GeForce Now. I don't even think it's that much. But you just play the games that you own on Steam or Epic or whatever. You play the games you already have access to, but you pay GeForce Now to deliver it to you for streaming. And theirs is definitely the best. If you look around, that is the best way to do the streaming at the moment. Although PlayStation's supposed to be all right, but
yeah, I don't know. I need to check it out.
I haven't tried the Xbox stuff for ages, to be fair.
But sorry, sort of just steering us back a little bit more towards Derek's email. I think we have a future where we will have consoles. I don't think we're going to get rid of a box under the TV. I think we're going to have a lot more choice, and it's not going to be delivered by single parties.
So it'll be licensed technology.
I think it'll either be cheaper off the shelf, or I think we're going to have modular, but it's going to be third party, and then you're going to have either games run on this shit. What does the game need to run on it, and does your modular or off the shelf system, is it able to cope with it? And I honestly think that you're going to see a resurgence of Xbox probably in about 5 to 10 years, where they have the ability to make that happen, right? That's the killer app, is Game Pass being able to be ported across to all this. Or Steam's going to dominate, one of the two. I don't think PlayStation will ever be able to do it. They fuck shit up too easily.
PlayStation's the only good part of Sony's business, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I don't know. They've got all the best stuff, like the best IPs.
That's okay. I mean, good.
And
yeah.
If you was going to have one console, well, other than the Switch,
we're never going to have just one console. I mean, if you ever think we're going to just amble along and we'll just have one console,
no, but if you had to choose one to own for the, and say there was no PC, alternative. If you were going to choose one to play like the biggest blockbuster games, which one would you pick?
Well, you're not going to have much choice in the immediate future, are you? Because I don't think Xbox is going to have a console out. PlayStation will probably be the only kid on the block. Well, with Nintendo.
Well, you reckon Xbox is done with consoles already?
Yes.
They've got enough one coming out. 2026.
Maybe.
PS5 Pro's supposed to be out at some point, isn't it?
I don't.
Yeah,
see the
but
point in that.
yeah. Again, that's just a iteration, a slight upgrade.
So he's saying that, do you reckon is he predicting the dates of the last consoles for each manufacturer? So the next Switch, whatever it is going to be the last Nintendo console from that, by the sound of it.
I'm not reading that.
2025.
Well, yeah,
I mean, the Switch has lasted fucking ages, and it was out of date when it came out, and it's lasted.
Is Switch 2 out next year?
I reckon
now?
it's next year, isn't it now?
Yeah.
So
we'll see. I don't know. There's a lot to. I don't know. Who knows? Who can predict the future?
not us.
No.
If you've seen
All right,
our predictions shows in the last few years, you'll know not to come here for any sort of
I
predictions.
don't know. I was looking at some predictions the other day, actually, and I don't know what year they were from, but I wasn't too far off on a couple.
I reckon we're always a year or two out. We're a bit too sort of enthusiastic in how things are going to move forward, and
We're ahead
like
of
2
our
years
time.
later, it actually happens. I'm just making that up. They're all bollocks.
All right, Derek. Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
I will check out for your emails in future. I thought it was weird we hadn't had one. I did think it was weird we hadn't had one because it was getting regular. It's clockwork, and then it's like, oh, it's weird we haven't had one. But I didn't know that there was such a thing until today. So thanks for letting us know you'd sent an email and we hadn't done anything with it, because otherwise I'd never have known.
But this week we're blessed with 2.
Yes.
2. So yes,
Double your pleasure.
that's it.
All right, let's move on to what we've been doing. Neil.
Yeah, I went out last weekend.
Okay.
Went to the Luton Town.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Watched the boys play. No.
Oh, is that what Kenny is?
Kenny is the Kenilworth Road, yeah.
All right.
So I visited the Mecca of football.
You made a pilgrimage, did you,
Yeah.
to the home of football?
Yeah, went
home of shit football.
like 12 miles down the road or whatever to get to the Kenilworth Road. So it was nice to be back. It was only 6,500. It was only pre-season friendly against La Liga team.
Did they
Celta Vigo.
Did they introduce you on the pitch?
Yeah.
Pre-game.
Yeah. No, obviously not.
Sorry. So who you were playing? Celta Vigo.
Celta Vigo, yeah, from La Liga, and we were dominating the game pretty largely, and then
they started playing.
They had about 3 breakaway attacks, and I was like, "Ooh, that was quite close. They look quite dangerous." And then they did score, and we're like, "Oh!" But then we equalised, and then it was like pre-season friendly bollocks, like everyone loads of subs on, and Pelly,
yeah.
good old Pelly Ruddock's been there from the back in the Conference National League days. Comes on within about 10 seconds. He plays the back header straight to one of their forwards. He just turns around and banged it straight in the back, and then I was like, for fuck's sake.
Nice.
So we ended up losing 3-1, but it was just a run out, really. Don't matter. But it was it's nice to be there. I probably won't get there and again this season, so it was nice to actually get in there.
You haven't bought a season ticket?
No, fucking you can't get a season ticket, mate. You can't get a season ticket. It's impossible. There's like 6,000 people waiting.
As soon as they got into the Premier League,
there was already before we even got into the Premier League, there was shitloads of people
really?
waiting for season tickets. Yeah, because it's only it got up to 11,000 after because we got promoted, so it was only like 10 and a bit beforehand. But yeah, so spent a day in Luton, or the afternoon. Yeah, I went to Bim's, which is like McDowell's in Coming to America.
Funnily enough.
McDowell's in Coming to America.
Oh, it's not a place in Luton.
No. You remember Coming to America? McDowell's, yes, the fake McDonald's. So Bim's was like fake KFC.
Oh.
And it was actually pretty good. So yeah, that was they asked me
went to Luton and had fake KFC.
Yeah, and then after the football, we went to get the bus, but there were fucking hundreds of people.
Top this.
Hundreds of people waiting for the bus home, so we just thought, fuck it, we'll go walking back into the town centre, and we had a Nando's.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, spent fucking loads of money, basically. 70 odd quid at fucking Nando's for 3 people. I was like, it used to be cheap. It used to be
that's
cheap
what
at Nando's.
I went with 2 of us went to Nando's and we did not buy outside of a main meal and a drink, and it was 30 quid.
Yeah, well, I had 2 beers. My wife had a glass of wine. That was about 20 quid, I reckon. And yeah, but yeah, Nando's used to be a cheap meal.
Yeah, it did.
It's not anymore.
Tenner. You could fill yourself for a tenner, right?
No, it's like fucking £16 for a meal each. So that was
Fine
like nearly
dining.
50 quid. I don't know about that. It was all right. It went fine. I mean, it was fine, but not fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, so nice little day out. I'm supposed to be going to London tomorrow. So it's a wedding anniversary. 22 years this year.
Congratulations.
Well done.
Thank you very much. I'm sure my wife's thrilled.
I was going to say, what does she think about it?
She knows how good she's got it. Let's put it that way. She hasn't got rid of me yet, so I must be doing something right. Yeah.
All right.
So trip to London potential tomorrow. We'll see. Today
Again.
might be a Tayab's visit.
Before.
Might be a Tayab's visit on the cards with my son. I'm taking my son supposedly, and then I've got to fucking take my daughter to the airport Monday morning. She's going on her first holiday on her own. She's off to Ayia Napa, and I'm like,
Nice.
oh god, I don't even want to think about it. Honestly, don't want to think about it.
Don't. I don't want to think about it. It's not my daughter.
Yeah.
All right. Let's. Dave? What you got for us?
Not a lot. I've been watching lots of TV and videos and movies and
Oh yeah.
rubbish. New Garfield film with Chris
Don't
Pratt
bother.
as Garfield.
Oh
Oh,
God.
it's fucking awful, honestly.
Of course it is. What did you do that for?
Well, you know, I don't know.
No, I don't.
No, don't.
No. I thought it can't be that bad. It was. Yeah, it was. It was. Not.
Every Garfield film has been dreadful.
At least with Bill Murray as Garfield.
You were
there was
young then, weren't you?
yeah, but there was an element of comedy. He brought. It was.
Is that not? It's not all
stuff.
of Garfield films supposed to be comedic. I don't know. Doesn't seem like a very serious, deep, like
This
study of society.
Chris Pratt as Garfield was not.
It's just Chris Pratt. You can just stop there.
Aren't we done with him yet?
Apparently not.
No.
Have you seen Mario? Did you see Mario movie?
Yeah, it wasn't. Bad. It was all right.
It was okay.
He didn't ruin it, did he? He didn't ruin it, did he?
No, he didn't ruin it. No.
Jack Black as a Bowser was great.
There were some funny moments in that.
Following on from that, I watched Despicable Me 4.
Well, my son was supposed to watch that. Well, he didn't. Well, he wanted to watch it, but none of his mates did.
Yeah, I think somebody in my family might have gone to see that, the movies. Yeah. It certainly wasn't me.
No, again, I like the first couple of ones, but this not very good.
Was it a bit tired? I'm done.
It's just, yeah, I don't know.
It's the same old shit. You might as well go watch. Yeah. Just go fucking drink a shitload, kill your brain cells, and go watch the first one again.
I'd probably enjoy that. Yeah,
first one's good.
Yeah, second one's good too.
Yeah.
Which is the one when he's as a child? Is that the second one? You see him as a kid, or is that's Minions?
That might be the Minions, yeah.
Or is it which one has Vector? Is that the first one?
No, I don't think
second one.
That's the second one.
It's the one with the lipstick. Yeah. Lipstick laser. Was it Lipstick Taser?
Lipstick Taser. I don't know.
Yeah.
I might have to watch them all go.
I don't think you need to do that, Dave. You don't need to do that.
As your lawyer, I strongly advise you not to watch any more of these animated movies.
It was not a very good one. I watched If. That was another kids' film with. Oh, I can't remember the name. Not Ryan Gosling. Who am I thinking of?
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
Oh God, we're not done with him either.
Wrong with Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah, If was alright.
Saturation.
He's in everything. Yeah. Like,
Saturation.
Yeah.
I didn't hear the first part of it. It just sounded like urination or something.
Saturation. He's in everything. But If is a modern version of The Labyrinth.
Okay, I didn't like that either.
Yeah.
No, fucking hated it.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
You've never seen Labyrinth?
No.
Are you having a fucking laugh? You must have seen Labyrinth.
No,
David Bowie.
I know
Yeah.
David Bowie's in it. Yeah, I don't think I've seen it though. Or is he
But-
Bowie or Bowie?
Well, it depends how you say it, I suppose. Depends what era of him you're in, I guess. He's dead now anyway. You can call him what you like.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's a modern version of The Labyrinth, but if you haven't watched The Labyrinth, it's a
It.
I like Labyrinth. I thought Labyrinth was a great story of.
But the dragon looks like a fucking Labrador or something. What the fuck is that about?
What?
Wasn't that Never-Ending Story?
That's never
Oh
ending
yeah,
story.
isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, Labyrinth is shit as well though.
No, Labyrinth's pretty cool.
They were all shit
So-
on it. That's why I got those two films like stuck together in my head.
Labyrinth is it's sort of not of a coming of age, but it's like a escapism of a sort of a teenage girl who's having to stay home and look after a kid, but she creates this fantasy world where she has to save the baby.
Bit 80s, isn't it? That.
It is, but it's really good, and
I'll take your word for it.
the puppeteering of it is really good. If you haven't seen it, honestly, it's
Especially that
worth
dragon that looks like a Labrador.
So yeah. So is that the
That
last
dragon doesn't look like a Labrador.
It looks like a
As an
fucking
owner
dog.
of a Labrador, it does look like a dog of some sort.
Golden Retriever, then maybe.
Not really.
It's been a while, to be
Golden
fair. Maybe I'll have to
Retrievers
go and have a
look
look.
like Labradors.
It's more dog than dragon, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it looks like a
definitely.
dog.
And then the last thing I've been watching is a Netflix series called The Decameron.
Yes, this is on my watch list. I wanted to watch this.
Yeah, it's good.
D. Cameron, as in getting rid of David Cameron.
Yeah, why not? Just set in the
Just ignore him, Dave.
Middle Ages.
What was the serious question?
No, it's a Middle Ages. It's when the Black Death is around, and a load of nobles and dignitaries escape to the country in I think is Italy, like an Italian sort of country house style thing.
They live in a very big house in the country.
Yes. It was Blur made a song about them. It was it's a comedy drama. It's a slow burn. It takes an episode or two to get into it. But it's really good. It's
This is the
worth
best thing you've watched all week by a mile.
This is the best thing I've watched all week by a mile. Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, good. I'll get on that.
And there's like 8 or 9 episodes, and we smashed through them.
Woo.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll get on. I do have that, so we can roll back round to that in a week or two, and
Yeah.
I should have an
But
opinion on it. I
That's
hope.
mainly
Anyway.
I've just been watching TV all week, really. I don't know why, just a TV week.
It's one of those weeks.
Yep.
I thought of some
Yeah.
football stuff I need to talk about.
Oh,
Because
yeah?
I saw your mug, and that reminded me.
Go on then.
Fucking Chelsea.
What about him?
What are they doing?
Oh no, we're not going to talk about all their buying and stuff. And then
It's
you're gonna
fucking
show
insane.
How little I know that. But haven't they
Have you
just bought
seen-
the 9th keeper or something like that?
Well, I don't know about keepers. They bought Pedro
they-
Neto
they-
supposedly today. I'm like, what the fuck?
Hasn't he been injured? Wasn't he injured all last
He
year?
was injured a bit last season, but it's just like they just can't stop buying players. It's
No,
mental.
they're like,
Absolutely
players are like
mental.
Pringles, mate. Once you pop, you can't
Yeah,
stop.
apparently. Todd Bowley loves them.
I thought there was supposed to be a cap on, like.
Oh,
spending.
wait, it's just fucking bonkers. I don't know how they're doing it.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Don't look at that. Look over here. All right. I have. Well, look, sticking on TV. I watched, or in the process of watching Blue Eye Samurai on Netflix. I don't know if you've seen that.
I've heard good things about it.
I
It's just a
can
cartoon.
highly Please don't call it a cartoon. My wife calls it. She goes, I don't really want to watch a cartoon. I'm like, please don't call it a cartoon. Like this.
But is it?
For goodness sake.
All
All
right.
right. There's tits and blood everywhere. Don't
It's
call it a
not
cartoon.
live action then. That's what you're saying.
No, it's not live. It's an animation.
Oh no, it's a
very,
cartoon.
It's very good. It's not for kids by any stretch of the imagination, or some kids maybe, but no, it's not really for kids. It is a bit racy in parts, and it doesn't shy away from seeing people get decapitated and necks slashed open. It's samurai, what are you going to do? Samurai stuff. But I just saw it and I thought, you know what, I'll give it I think I saw that it had been nominated for some Emmys or something like that. So that was like, oh, well, that's reference enough. I'll watch it. I'm loving it. I think it's great. I love the premise. It's basically about this girl who it's set hundreds of years in the past when Japan is blocked off from the rest of the world. Right. And her mother was raped by a white man, and she is the product of the birth. She's the product of the Japanese mother and the Western father. So she has Western traits and is basically outcast from society for it. And it's all about it sort of touches very briefly on the hardships of when she's young, and then how her struggles, and then she becomes this sort of trained samurai, right? She trains with a sword master, a sword maker, and all.
Were ladies allowed to be samurais in those days?
No.
Oh, sounds a bit woke. This,
There are feelings that may get hurt, and so she pretends to be a boy, right?
Oh, it's like Mulan then.
Yeah, very much. It's like this story.
Is Mulan Chinese? Right? Is that Chinese, Mulan? I can't be.
But she's like this super samurai or whatever, and there's all these intertwining sort of story bits between like the bad guys and their history and how she's encountered them before, and it's definitely worth your time. Definitely worth your time, for sure. So I highly recommend Blue Eye Samurai.
Not been discussed in the Japanese Parliament, this one then.
No, why should it?
I don't know. There was a big hoo-ha about the fucking Assassin's Creed samurai game.
Oh,
was he a black samurai or something?
No idea.
How historically accurate or not?
I'm sure that definitely sounds like that offended some Japanese.
So is this? Are you watching it subtitled or dubbed English?
I didn't think about that. If I'd thought about it when I started it, I would have done it dubbed. I would have done subtitles with Japanese voice, but I forgot. I didn't even think about it and just been watching it with the voice. And the voices are fine. They're great, actually. I have no complaints there.
Chris Pratt in it. Or Ryan Reynolds.
Unfortunately not. It's lacking. And for that reason, I can only give it an 8 out of 10. Anyway, it's very good.
Good. That's what happens when you don't have Chris Pratt in something.
I went away last weekend. I tell you what, I had this 3 before I went away, and when I went away, I had this sort of period of about 3 or 4 days when nothing was going right. It was just fucking driving me bonkers. I was losing my fucking mind. I gotta tell you. And then and I can't remember how it started, but the standout things from me losing my mind last week were, number one. So I had this table saw that I bought last year, I think, or the year before, right? And I bought it to cut sheets of wood or whatever, and it is just hyper dangerous, and I could just see myself.
Wasn't the weeks to be playing with that?
No, well, no. I've always said I'm going to get rid of it. It was just way too deadly. I was like, this isn't right. I don't want this. It's just I want to get rid of it. And then I heard my neighbor wanted one, and I went,
so you thought you could kill your neighbor with your LG?
No, I said to her, look, I'm getting rid of this. If you want it, you're more than welcome to have it. I was just going to throw it out, but please promise me that you will be extremely careful with it and all that sort of stuff. Fine. Yeah, she says, no worries. Okay, it's all cool. And I got a call from her the other day. She goes, we're trying to change. I got a new blade for it. I'm going to change the blade. Do you have a spanner to change the blade? And I said, yeah, I'll bring one over for you or whatever. So I brought a spanner down to help her change the blade. Yeah, I'll help you with that. So what do? I get in there, start trying to get rid of the nut off the blade. Can you see what's coming next, everyone? Blade, me, at my fucking saw that I got rid of, so I wouldn't get cut. Can you see? Can you fill in the blanks, people? Can you?
Getting there. I'm getting there. Keep going.
Yeah, slipped off the nut and just shredded my finger open, like just shy of stitches, I reckon. And it fucking bled for a day. Didn't stop bleeding. Yikes. It was just, I was like,
you had a tetanus jab recently?
Nah, I don't know.
I want to check that.
I won't worry about that.
I cut my finger open on the fucking bottom of the washing machine, and they said you better have a tetanus jab. So, okay.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since you had one. Right, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't get one, but anyway, I'm still alive. It's been a week, so that pissed me off. As I was going away at the weekend, and
So it claimed its blood that it was
So
demanding.
it got its blood, yeah, it's got its blood. And then I'm driving up to the camp on Saturday, just can't wait, right? Driving up to camp, get some fishing in, throw the dog in the lake, all that sort of stuff. It's going to be fantastic. Halfway up, we're getting there. I just go, fuck me, I've forgotten all my fishing stuff. It's all sitting in the garage. I forgot to put it in the back of the fucking car.
Which car are we driving?
Losing my mind. Well, the truck. Let's call it a truck, shall we? The Rangy.
Right.
Which was marvelous.
Obviously, you couldn't afford to turn around and fucking drive all the way back.
I couldn't afford the get. No, I was 2 hours away by the time I remembered. So I went, oh shit! So I called in at a place and picked up another fishing rod and some minimal amount of tackle to get me through.
I mean, that was cheaper than returning home with the diesel. Well,
probably, yeah. Well, I was going to spend the time. Anyway, it's like, whatever. So I bought that. So I went and so that. I mean, it was just summed up my weekend. Anyway, I caught a fish on the Friday. What was it? The Friday, I caught a nice bass off the dock. That was the only fish I caught that day. So that fish cost me $150. And I was like, well, okay. So I went back out the next day. I was like, please, I just need to catch at least one more fish to bring the cost per fish down. You know, I caught, but my fortunes were changing, people, because I caught 3 beautiful fish, heavier than the other one as well. So
what did you get? More bass?
More bass, yeah. Nice big bass, yeah. Good fighters too. So yeah, I had 4 of those, which is good. So yeah, it ended up being only about $30-something a fish.
Sega bass fishing come in handy then when you were doing that?
I never played that, you know.
Were you on the fly or were you on the maggots?
Worms.
Worms.
Yeah.
What's they call that?
Course fishing. Go back to
course fishing.
Worms and bobber. Yeah, I guess it's course fishing, whatever. But...
Not fly fishing.
No, not fly fishing. No. So, but anyway, a good time was had by all. And then, you know what? That's all. That's all. I'll talk about the other stuff later.
Ooh. Later? What, on the show?
No, not on the show. Well, I got in here.
You won't forget. You won't fucking remember next time. So
no, well, I will because it's
get it all out now, first. Come on.
I will. Okay, here it comes. My ongoing project to get my disco set up is in full swing. Let me tell you. So I have my disco ball now, and my disco ball motor came from China. AliExpress delivered its disco ball motor for me, so I now have a rotating disco ball.
Don't stand underneath it, will you?
No, I have the spotlight for the disco ball, so that's all sorted. It looks amazing.
Not got laser.
And then I bought a laser too. That arrived last week.
Is that from AliExpress as well?
Yeah,
that was
it's going to destroy them. Like explode the fucking disco ball when it shines at it.
The laser is definitely.
Disco ball spins up to like 10,000 RPM.
Yeah, the laser actually isn't on the disco ball. The laser isn't as good as the spotlight. The spotlight's just great on the disco ball.
Okay.
Lasers. Okay, but it's not brilliant. But I've still got to figure it out, and I also have to work out how.
Do you have a programmer for your laser then? Do you have like a thing to like make patterns?
No, it doesn't do any of that. It's just it either does a line.
It's a lame laser.
It's not lame at all. It's pretty impressive actually. But it does do like a sweeping line. So I think what the plan is, it's going to have some sort of sweeping line, like a triangular sweeping line, right? That's what it does, and then.
You need a smoke machine.
Like you're raving. Hey, the smoke machine is coming. I texted a woman this week about buying her smoke machine, but she hasn't responded today. I was going to go pick it up today, but
she's too busy raving.
She could be throwing shapes in her basement. Yeah, so it's all go, man. It's happening. It's happening. I'm
this
excited.
Is the best document of a midlife crisis ever.
Mate, I'm well beyond midlife. This is an old age crisis.
Funny you should say that. My LP player, my record player, has been getting a lot of use this week by my daughter.
I don't recall you getting the record player.
Yeah, no, I got a record player. I got a project record player and speakers. I sent the pictures all set up.
Did you?
Yeah, he's talked about it on it.
Yeah,
Keep
up. I definitely spoke about it.
I thought you didn't get the record player. The guy had screwed around.
Yeah, no. Maybe you went on. But no. Yes, the first one I got. Sort of. Yeah, it went south. But about a couple of days later, I found a much better deal on a relatively similar LP player cheaper, and he chucked in a preamp with it as well.
Oh, nice, yeah.
For a little bit less money, so which is handy. So yeah, I got all that set up. My brother gave me a load of LPs with quite old sort of soul, quite a few Beatles, bit Michael Jackson, the Cause.
The Cause?
Or the
I hope
Doors.
you,
No,
I hope you gave him the Cause
Doors.
back.
No, the Doors.
Slight difference between the Doors and the Cause, other than the one letter, obviously.
Yeah. Just like some old stuff that he didn't want. But my daughter's been in that room reading books and listening to my LP player.
If she
Nice.
started on the Doors, mate, you want to keep an eye.
Why?
The next thing you know, there'll be fucking Jamaican woodbines flying around and all sorts.
But yeah, like some Marvin Gaye, Shirley Bassey, like quite old stuff, but she loves it actually.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Vinyl is cool. No matter how old
yeah.
you are, vinyl is cool.
Yeah. It's true. It's true.
So I'm glad it's being used. It's just I'm annoyed that it's not me that's using it. I don't know.
Have you actually bought any vinyl?
I bought a Beach Boys album.
Wow.
It's the best.
Wasn't expecting that.
I like Beach Boys.
Do you?
Yeah.
People like the Beach Boys.
Who does?
You can't dislike the Beach Boys.
I don't actively dislike them. I'm not sure I'd be seeking their vinyl out.
It was like a 50p at a vinyl, a car boot. It's like, through.
I'm this desperate for something. Oh, is this the last one you got? Okay.
It was a relatively good. Well, no, it was. It looked actually the vinyl.
Californian Girls, is it? Is that one? Is it California?
California Dreamin'.
What? California Dreamin'.
California Dreamin'. Yeah.
Is that one of theirs?
Surfing.
California Dreamin'. Is that theirs?
I thought it was.
No, that's the women sings that.
No, are you thinking of the Bangles?
No. Not the Bangles.
Surfing USA. Oh God. California Dreamin'.
Yeah, by the Mamas and the Papas.
No.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, Mamas and Papas. Maybe the Beach Boys did it as well, then, I guess.
Yeah, I think they did. They did a cover or something like that.
Oh, okay, right, okay.
It was first recorded by Barry Maguire, whoever he is.
Oh, him. Sounds like a Resident Evil character, Barry Maguire.
The best known version is by the Mamas and the Papas.
Yeah, that's the one
I
know.
Back up on the original version.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah. But yeah, going down a rabbit hole of like old stuff. I don't know.
That's fine, man. It's good. You go down a rabbit hole. I mean, it's just stuff like me. I got really into.
You were CDs though, weren't you?
Sorry, I didn't think I'd stop talking there. I was pretty much in the middle of a sentence, but yeah.
I was just thinking out loud.
Yeah, you carry on. Yeah, that's okay. Go. No, I was gonna say I was really into the Alan Parsons project. I was buying quite a few of their albums. I guess it's his. And then I really got into another band called Ambrosia. And turned out that Alan Parsons was the engineer on Ambrosia. So you start to find all these like tie-ins, right? And you sort of get involved in the history of all this stuff, and it's quite interesting how you like something and then you're like, oh, I really like that, and find out that it's completely connected.
But you use all CDs, were you, rather than vinyl? This is when you.
I have quite a bit of vinyl. No, I've got a bit of both.
Both.
I prefer to get something on CD if I can get it on CD.
I remember you going on. It was Men at Work, wasn't it? He was going on about.
Love Men at Work, yeah. Love them.
I was thinking of the other Australian band, but it wasn't them. Well, not the other Australian. The other Australian band.
The other Australian band who in
no, the other one. The one that did the Beds Are Burning. No, the other one.
Oh, Beds Are Burning was Midnight Oil.
Was it Midnight Oil? Yeah. That was they were Australian, weren't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think so.
That's all 4 Australian bands that we've all covered off.
There we go. Okay, let's move on then to what we've been playing. I think we've done that bit to death. Oh, it's been the timestamps. Enough you go.
Right. Well, I've got loads, and no one else has got fucking hardly any, so I best talk about. So, I finished a couple of games this week.
Finished them?
Finished them. Basically because one of them was like 18 minutes long, according to Steam, and one of them was the game that I started playing last week. It was only about 3.5 hours by the time I finished it. Thank goodness you're here is what I was playing last week.
Yes.
Which is the weird Viz kind of, I don't know.
That's what I said. I looked at it and reminded me of Viz, but you were like, nah, it's not.
Oh, what's the one I thought I said it was like Viz last week? Maybe. I don't know. Anyway,
Viz.
so
Let's Shoot Larry. That's what I said. It looked like Let's Shoot Larry.
Yeah, I said Viz. I'm pretty sure I said Viz. Yeah, Let's Shoot Larry. Don't know. Yeah, it's fucking odd.
Oh yeah.
I still didn't really recognise Matt Berry, as he wasn't doing his traditional Matt Berry voice, I don't think. But he's definitely the main guy who's in it. There was a load of other people who had voices in it, but I couldn't really remember any of them. But I was like, oh, it doesn't sound. It wasn't doing his Toast of London type voice, whatever it is.
What the hell is this all about then, Neil?
Well, it's only 3 and a bit hours, so you should probably play it to find out what it's. Is it really about anything? I don't know. It's just fucking mental. But basically,
where are you playing this?
On PC, in my room where I'm sitting now.
PC Game Pass?
No, I bought it. She paid real money for this.
How am I supposed to play it then?
You're supposed to buy it. It's like 13 quid or something.
That ain't happening. That noise. You must be fucking off your rocker, mate.
Well,
I think I'm paying.
He's just spent 150 quid on fishing equipment.
Well, yeah.
I spent $33.50 on fucking 4 fish each.
Well, there you go. You know, it's priority, isn't it? You could have bought this game 10 times over, probably, for the same price. So, yeah, you're a little dude, and you start off the game in your boss's office. You literally are a little dude. He is little compared to everybody else in the game. And you're in the boss, and he sends you off to this town to speak to the mayor or something about. I can't actually remember why he sends you at the beginning, because it was a while ago. And then you just go around this town, and then loads of people go, "Oh, thank goodness you're here. I need this." And it's like then becomes like this point and click adventure type thing. So it's not point and click because you just walk around using the controller. And then, like I said before, you have 2 actions. You can either jump or slap things, basically. And every time you need to interact with a person to talk to them, you have to slap them, and it makes a little noise every time you slap them. It's fucking just completely bonkers. Very northern English, that is.
This was made north of the Watford Gap, was it?
It's definitely like it's in a town called Barnsworth, which is like I think the real people were actually from Barnsley. So it's like from that
it's got a couple of
up north.
A couple of laurie. What are they? Laurie. What do they call them? Laureates. The wreaths. Awards on the front, you know, when they got the 2 little vine leaves or whatever, it say picked for the show 2024 or whatever.
I think
whatever.
Like, I don't know what awards it's got or hasn't got or was awarded.
Ibiza Festival 2024 official selection London Games Festival 2024.
There you go. So I've heard a lot of Americans enjoying it for its Englishness or Britishness. They refer to it as like it's not British, it's English, Northern English. Right. So, like much like the what was it? Still Wakes the Deep was very Scottish. This is very Northern English. Well, Yorkshire. It's got like little archive footage in like as the title screen. It looks a bit like really old Coronation Street or something like that. It's like cobbled streets and fucking like that. And then there's the Marrow song. Do you know the Marrow song? The Northern guys singing the Marrow song. That's like the title, sort of the title music. And she's like, "Oh, what's a whopper?" That sort of thing. It's definitely a thing that actually exists. It's obviously a little double entendres. Because she's, "Oh, what a whopper," when she's talking about this marrow. But obviously, you know, it's from like
she's talking the about
1940s or something. I don't know when this song was written. So obviously, but yeah, it's funny. And it's very odd. So yeah, there's a slap happy adventure with Matt Berry, weird meat, and a very milky cow. There's very odd scenes in it. Let's put it that way. Where you start,
Right.
someone's milking the cow, and it's just all odd, very very odd, but quite funny, and worth £13, in my opinion, for the 3 hours. 3 and a bit hours. But there's a couple of times just wandering around. I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to do. Like when you come back to it after a day, like you can't really remember what you was doing beforehand. Takes a little while to go. Oh yeah.
You just got to go around and slap a load of people.
It's not like totally obtuse where, like some of the old point and click adventures, you're just like, I have no fucking idea what I'm supposed to do. You get completely stuck. It's fairly good at like pushing you towards where you're supposed to, whatever's next. But there was definitely a few times I was just wandering around the same area going, I can't remember where the fuck am I supposed to go. And then I was like, oh yeah, there's this point I haven't been before. But yeah, it's just very, very odd, but quite funny. So, a bit different. And it turns out this developer, Cold Supper, had made another game beforehand, which is the other game that I finished this week, which is the only one that only took about 17 or 18 minutes to play. And that was called... What's it called?
Don't know.
The
Good Time Garden, yeah. That's just really fucking odd. That was from quite a while ago, and it's very pink everywhere, and it's very suggestive, I guess. So lots of people making me go, ooh, noises and things like that. It's just like, okay, this is very, very, very odd. Thank goodness you're here, is odd, and there's a game there. This is just odd. And there's not that much game. You like walk around and there's what appears to be a breast sticking out of the ground, and you go and squeeze it or whatever, and then it pops out and there's like some people with like breast heads, and they walk around and you have to. Oh, it's fucking weird. But yeah, but it was free. That game, it's a free game on Steam.
And lots of things are free. That doesn't mean that you should indulge.
Well, it's only 18 minutes of your time. I recommend you play The Good Time Garden just to go, what the fuck? This is bonkers.
All right. I can't argue with the time. The time is the sales pitch on that one. You win.
Yeah, okay. And it doesn't cost you anything other than your like sanity potentially.
Not worried about that.
So yeah, that's my first two.
All right. Do we want to switch up then? Oh, Dave's only got one.
I've completed 3 games this week, I've just realised.
Go on to another one then, Neil. You prolific gamer, you.
I went back to another game that I've been playing a while back. I got sidetracked because of other games. I went back and I was like, I need to finish some games that I've started. So I went and continued from where I left off. Viewfinder, which I talked about quite a while ago.
Yes, I saw you playing that. Why you pick that back up again?
Because I never finished it. And I thought, I need to fucking get on and do that. So this is it's a puzzle game where you... Oh man, how did I even start describing this? Basically, you pick up either photographs that are already in the game and use those photographs to alter the 3D environment that you're walking around. Like you place like a picture in the environment and then walk into the picture. It will turn it from a 2D image into this 3D space and wipe out whatever was where you were looking before.
Yes.
And so this is how you solve the puzzles and like progress through the game. You have to get to points where you can teleport out of each scenario.
We've seen games like this 100 times, right?
Have you?
There's
I'm not sure you have.
Yeah, well, no, but there's been games where there's that manipulation of the view, right? There's
a few
of them.
There's a few. I'm not sure there's that many.
My issue, I think there's been a few anyway, but I mean it's okay. Go, you're going to tell us anyway. But I never feel like any of these ever achieve what I feel like they are offering. Right?
I don't know. What are you expecting out of
a decent game?
It is a decent game. Like if you like puzzles.
Okay, well that's what I'm here to find out.
Like these,
I do like puzzles. Yes, that's why I say just a lot of the times I feel disappointed by these games because they're too clever for their.
Because they're too clever for you.
Well, sir, I'm the way God made me. Okay.
I definitely. Oh, well, I was enjoying myself, and I was like, it is pretty mental. Like literally, like when you slap a picture up in front, you're looking wherever you're looking. Doesn't matter. Like, I don't know how they does. It doesn't. You can't. Well, I guess you possibly can break the game completely somehow. And it definitely, like, you can definitely put a picture up in the wrong place, and it doesn't help you in the slightest. Which I guess is the puzzle part you've got. But even so, you don't. There are probably quite a few ways to solve each one. But like, you have basically got to get in each level. There's like a teleporter at the end of the level. You may have to power it up, like by finding batteries, or a battery, or slash multiple batteries to power up the teleporter to make it work to get out of here. There is a whole like story about the end of the world shit going. Like you're in a post-apocalypse effectively, and this is like a computer simulation where they were trying to solve the problems of the actual world, kind of thing. It's the sort of overarching story. And yes, I don't quite know what the manipulation of fucking 3D space via these pictures is got to do with that, other than it's all a bit fucking mind-bending. But yeah, some real fucking like head twisters in there. And it was all really good until the very last level. They put a fucking 5-minute timer on it, and you had to fucking go through and solve 4 or 5 puzzles within the 5 minutes, which was annoying. And then it got to the point I was like, I'm getting to like just want to fucking finish this game. So I looked it up, and there was a couple of I was like one of the one puzzle that I get through 3 or 4 of them, and they'd be like, I just fucking stuck on this one, and the time kept running out. So I was like, it's not giving me enough time to fucking work it out. And then when I looked up the fucking guide, the next time I went through, it was like, do you want to turn the timer off? I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. So I was like, yes, I do want to fucking turn the timer off. But I wish you'd asked me one game, like one try earlier, before I'd looked up the fucking solution to this puzzle. But yeah.
So it's right for being a cheat.
Well, yeah, I guess. It was just fucking comical. I was like, I can't believe literally the next go that after I looked up the guide was the one that says, do you want to turn timer off? I was like, yes, I fucking do. You could have asked me a minute ago. Why did you put the fucking timer in there in the first place? That was annoying. But yeah. So if you get to the last bit and there's a timer, just try it a few times and fuck it up, and it'll eventually ask you to turn the timer off, and then you could have got all the time in the world to solve the puzzle without looking up a guide. But yeah, it's really fucking clever. I don't know why they fucking put the timer on. It was just like, what the fuck? There's no other puzzles had a time thing on it, other than maybe like there was not literal timers, but like you'd have puzzles where there was like a stationary camera that you couldn't walk around, because you get a point where there's like, you can walk around with a Polaroid camera, so you can take a picture of anything in the environment, and then the resulting picture you can put in the environment to walk around, which is, you know, and you'd only have like say one Polaroid to use, so you don't know it would limit your resources, but there was never any time limits. You could just spend ages walking around and fucking working shit out. And then they put this fucking arbitrary timer on the last one. I was like, that's fucking shit. And I really don't know. It was basically because they were going to shut the simulation down and you only had 5 minutes to get out, kind of thing. I was like, fuck off. But before that, and even like, that was annoying. But like I say, they did offer you the option once you'd failed it so many times to fucking turn it off. It's like, you should have just fucking not bothered with that timer in the first place.
Yeah.
But yeah, the puzzles themselves, excellent, really good, and like really make you think, like completely, literally outside the box, I guess, because you're like fucking changing the environment. It's fucking mental. It is really, really clever how any of it actually fucking works without completely breaking it all the time. I mean, because like, if you fall off the edge, because you're in these like floating places, basically, if you fall off the edge, you just press the rewind button and it puts you back on the thing. So there's no failing other than this fucking arbitrary timer in the very last level.
Right.
So very, very clever, very good. And yeah, most of the time you're like, when you finally solve it, you're like, that was really cool. I really feel quite clever for fucking sussing that out. And I don't know that anyone else solved it exactly the same way that I solved it. There's some, obviously, basically there's one solution, but like where you place the fucking picture could be anywhere in this space, and that's what's quite clever about the whole thing. But yeah, so I recommend it. It's not very expensive at full price, and it was on cheap when I bought it for sale price. So, but yeah, quite a lot of different types.
$32. Dave, is that a buy or a pass?
32 for you.
No, Dave's shaking his head. That's a pass.
32 for you.
Yep.
What's that in English money? Yeah, I don't think I paid much more than like 15 quid. So
yeah, 20 quid, I think, something like that.
So yeah,
1-2 BAFTAs. So fair enough.
Yeah, it's cool. Like I say, the story's all right if you're into that kind of shit, but I know you're not necessarily into that.
Definitely not. All right.
That was Viewfinder.
All right, go on.
Who?
Don't stop. No, I might as well get Neil go.
Oh my god! I was going to have a drink.
No time to drink, Neil. Go on, you
right. Well,
built this.
I'm just saying.
Mecca to gaming.
Still played Gran Turismo loads again this week. I have did say I finished Elden Ring, Shadow of the Earth Tree last week, didn't I?
Yes, you said you were done.
But I've not been done. I finished the final boss, and then went. There's a few bosses that I haven't killed in the expansion, so I went back in. The big fuck off. Remember me talking about the giant fire basket giants when I first started? Yeah, and they were extremely hard. Yeah, I was just fucking going around fucking absolutely murdering furnace golems. Yeah. Yeah, so I just went around and fucking slapping those to pieces, and I'm like, yeah.
That's like when I finished Resident Evil, though. I like to go back and slap the shit out of things.
Yeah, because I'm really strong now. I didn't get to max level in the expansion. I missed the final Scadutree level. But yeah, I got to like level 19 out of 20. But yeah, those things I'm just like, I've got my big mace thing out, and I ride around on my horse and just like bosh its legs. And if you bosh it 3 times, it still staggers 3 times. The third time it falls over.
What, the horse?
No, the big golem things. If you get them to stagger, the third time you stagger them, it falls over.
Say, what are you hitting your own horse for?
I wouldn't hit my own horse with a mace. That would be really bad. I'm not fucking some sort of potential Olympian athlete. Yeah, so anyway, when they fall over, they've got a weak spot, you just go trot over to, and then I just give them a good old fucking wallop in the weak spot, and it takes fucking loads of damage off. But I was like, they were just laughing at me in the first few hours of this game. I was just like getting absolutely battered. They send in shitloads of huge fire attacks out. But I got the timing on the horse jumps right to like just when they do the big stamp and all the fucking flame just goes fucking everywhere. You like just got to time the jump to miss all the flame on the horse. Yeah, it's cool. Fucking best game ever.
Yeah.
300 odd hours I've put into that game. It's insane.
So now is this just a case you're just built? It's a new build. You're just gonna go.
Well, I could just keep going and changing my build. I've never played as magic or like full on incantations.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, maybe one day. That would probably start all over again. Let's play it as a different way. In New Game Plus or something. But it's
difficult because I've always been the same, right? I've never really had magic builds, and I've always on a game's been like, oh, I should build a magic build. But the problem is, I like beating the shit out of things.
Yeah, it does feel like it feels good when you wallop things in Elden Ring.
It's why we like to wallop things, right?
Yeah. And it does feel good when you wallop things. Yeah. Like when you get that, like if you like break their stance and they stagger and you just go and you walk around to their fucking front and just give them a big old fucking slap with a mace in the head, and then they just see the health bar just go. Yeah, that's good. It was great to finish that. I have to say that final boss fight. I think that fucking pissed me off for quite a long time. That was the final boss, and I still go like that. I finally got around to killing that motherfucker. That feels good. Nice. But yeah, it does make me feel like when
you finish a boss like that, do you tell your wife?
No.
You're like, oh, I got him. Like, you know,
She
you
has
don't know
no
what I've
interest
been-
whatsoever.
You don't know what I've been busy doing for the last 2
She
years.
doesn't.
But
She
I
knows
want you
when
to
I'm.
know that I've just accomplished an amazing feat.
It's weird, like, because she can hear me going when I'm fucking in the midst of like really struggling with them. I'm fucking like, you fucking this and you that. And
That must
then
be
and she
funny as
comes
fuck.
down. She comes down. She's like, "You feel alright?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's just this game. I really like it, but it's really fucking hard." And then she's like, "Yeah, okay." And then she just fucks it, goes off and watches her shit telly. But she never. When I stop the swearing, she's like, she never comes down and go, "What's going on? Then you're not swearing on it." She never asked me. So I don't know. But yeah, so I'm still. Like literally, I swear, in the last week there were still places I was going back to in the original game. I was like, I haven't fucking been here.
Yeah.
In the before pre-expansion stuff, that I was like, I haven't even fucking been here yet. Just like the game's fucking huge.
What's the word on the street then for Elden Ring next?
What, more Elden Ring?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is there
No
going to be
rumours yet or
Elden Ring
anything?
2? Sounds weird, don't you think? That doesn't sound like that's ever going to be a
Well,
thing.
I would imagine they must be working on something, right? You know, more
I think-
expansions.
I don't know. I don't know if there will be.
"Nah."
I don't know if there will be.
Yeah.
You
Alright.
got like the two guys who got together for this game. Is that going to happen again? I don't know, because this is like George R.R. Martin, whatever. It's like Game of Thrones guy plus Miyazaki getting
Is he
together.
involved in that?
Yeah. That's why the fucking all the law's just fucking bonkers. Like that's why I was getting confused about whether the person was a man or a woman and all that sort of shit like the other week. It's like, it's all fucking weird.
Maybe they're doing another Dark Souls.
Well, they could do. Open world
Bloodborne
Dark
2.
Souls. Oh, fuck off. They could get on with putting Bloodborne on PC. That would be great.
Why do I feel like Bloodborne's falling out of favor with people and they're just sort of going, yeah, actually, it was pretty shit.
I don't know about that. I still think a lot of people, that's their favourite. But a lot of people who are really into Dark Souls, potentially, probably like get used to, like, if it depends how you play it. Because if you're like a shield guy, there ain't no shield in Bloodborne. So it's like completely different.
I think that's what the problem Stan had with it. I think, if I remember correctly.
Didn't they have guns though?
Yeah, I had a gun that was basically like a parry effect.
Dagger, right?
It was like, yeah, it was like a parry, but you had to time it, and it was fucking rock hard to get that shit going. I couldn't ever get on with it. But yeah, Sekiro's there, sitting there. I got so far into Sekiro, and I know I really fucking liked the fucking vibes, but that game is rock hard. I still think that's harder than Elden Ring. There's no like, oh, I can just go and change everything in Sekiro. It's just like, no, I really literally have to get good. Otherwise, there's no way I'm fucking doing this.
All right. Okay. Anything else?
Well, I started 7 Days to Die.
Oh, I mean, anything else on Elden Ring?
No. No. Well, I'll probably, there will probably be a bit. I won't be. I don't think there's anything really major going on in Elden Ring now.
Fuck off. We'll get fucking another 10 to 15 minutes of Elden Ring next week.
Well,
Guarantee.
You've got to start playing Elden Ring.
I do, actually. I went to the library today. I was like, I gotta go get something to play. And I left empty-handed. There's nothing there that I was like,
What?
nah. And Elden Ring is sitting there, and I just need something to lose myself in. I'm ready. My body is ready to
do it.
I think I think so. I think you could.
You've got to arrange for time when your son's not playing it though, because he's all over it at the minute.
The thing is, the boss fights just fill me with dread. I just start.
You shouldn't. Because if the boss fights too hard.
Fights and how annoyed they're going to make me. It's just
they do.
I don't need to be annoyed. I need to be playing something like Barbie's Horse Adventure.
Well, you don't. No, you'd fucking hate that.
That
would probably be too hard.
Me as well. Yeah, right. Yeah, probably get good.
Yeah, it's just absolutely exceptional. Absolutely exceptional. And like I say, if you really can't do a boss, the joy of Elden Ring versus all of the other Souls games is you can just fuck off and do something else. There's plenty of places to go.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like
to go and get more powerful.
The actual thing I like about the thought of Elden Ring is I can go on an adventure and just sort of lose myself.
But you know, like Breath of the Wild and shit like that. This is like hardcore.
It's like Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild's hard. The combat's quite hard in Breath of the Wild, and you come up against like strong enemies. That's quite hard.
Yeah, the lions and stuff like that are pretty tough. Those lion dudes, whatever they are.
Like it just even like when you can get quite easily outnumbered in the early stages of Breath of the Wild by like the fucking twatty things that are on any little village that you go to. There's like 10 of them. And you're like, oh, if I don't concentrate on what I'm doing, I'm dying.
Yeah, fair enough.
You just don't lose your souls
like the
or
dogs
whatever.
in Hunt.
Yeah, exactly. So
we
I
played
don't
some
think it's that
Hunt this
different.
week.
Elden Ring is not that different. Like the boss fights.
Okay,
are
we're
huge.
moving on from that. See, look at that. He can't, Dave. Do you see it? He can't.
You fucking got me
No.
back on it. You started.
Right, but you don't have to keep. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You love it, man. It's all good. It's all right. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying.
Right. I want to hear from you next week about it.
Maybe.
So yeah, 7 Days to Die quickly. Started it. It's been fucking around in early access for about 10 years or something insane.
Wasn't that was quite well received?
It literally came out at 1.0 in the last couple of months.
It was ages ago. It was out though. Yeah.
Yeah. It's been out.
Some people who liked it. I remember that. I
guess it's a bit like Rust, is it? But with zombies. Is there zombies in Rust? You basically come in.
Why is it saying that
Dave's playing wallpaper? Because he's just doing something with his desktop.
No, you can't get away from it, Dave. It's like,
I literally just booted it up.
You just realised. Don't you fucking be. If I see it come up, it says Dave is playing Wreckfest or something. Who is it who's playing games or who admitted to play? Oh, no. Oh, it was the Cagcast.
No, it was. What's his name? One that was playing something, really.
No, it was Shipwreck.
Oh, Shipwreck listening to music the whole time.
Listens to music through every podcast. They never knew. Yeah.
That's mental. I don't know how you can do that.
No.
But it's 7 Days to Die. I've literally played it for maybe an hour. Oh, I must have played it for an hour because I got an achievement that said I survived an hour. But the first few times I was like, this is just every time I met a zombie, I'd be like dead. Like, for fuck's sake. But it's like, I don't know. It's not. If there are other people, you can join servers with other people on. So is that like a bit like Daisy? You not play? You've got this. Everyone's got this fucking game. Everyone's got this game.
Though. Everyone's got it. No one's played it except for you now.
Yeah. So now I've fucking played.
Played enough of it.
It's like I've never played this game. Literally never played it. I've had it fucking ages. I'm sure you do. Everyone owns this game. Insane amounts of people own this game.
Oh yeah, I do own this.
But you can join together as like co-op.
I played it too.
Yeah, but
I don't think I do.
It's like I say, it's been out fucking years and literally came out to 1.0 in the last couple of months. So I was like, I might actually fucking give it a go. I just kept dying every time I fucking met a zombie. I was just like, ugh, fuck's sake. And then I managed to fucking, I don't know, find enough resources. I was like, I'm going to avoid the zombies until I've got enough resources to make a weapon this time. So I was just trying to punch them and they were fucking just murdering me.
Can we team up and go beat up?
I think so.
Live together, because that's what we want to do.
You can build houses and all that sort of shit.
What you're saying is, you're saying, "Help me, Fraser." And you know me, I will come and play a game on a Friday night with you. It's the way it's working out now.
It's not very big to download, but yeah, could be some. I don't know. I don't know if there's any PvP or anything like that. I literally, like I played it, managed to survive an hour for the first time and hadn't died in that playthrough that I survived an hour. I'm still alive. So
$58.
$58? You've got it. You've got it already.
I know I have.
I haven't got it.
I mean, I'm pretty. I think I probably got it for free from somewhere.
It's probably. I might even have a humble bundle code for it. I don't know. It's just like unclaimed. I think that's probably where I got it. I don't even know. But yeah, it's fucking doesn't look modern. For sure. It still looks like it came out maybe 10 years ago. I don't know. I don't know what they've done to it over the years, but I don't know. Maybe there's some fun to be had there.
It's funny because the Steam page says released, 25th of July, 2024.
Yeah. And I've owned it for fucking years and never played it. But it's on Game Pass, I think. Is it on
Game Pass? I last played it in 2019.
I feel like it might be on Game Pass.
Ooh, if it's on Game Pass.
Whether you can cross-platform it and all that bollocks, I don't know. But
I don't know why we're getting excited about this.
It's one of those like weird fucking games that's just been there forever.
You don't even notice it's been in the room with you for so long. You don't even notice it, right?
I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna fucking play this.
Yeah, it's on Game Pass. Yeah.
Yeah. Thought it was.
Game preview, apparently.
Oh, it's still on early access on there, is it?
Yeah.
That might be out in 10 years.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's like. Right. I don't know. It's like one of those like Scum and all those other games that we fucking played for about 3 hours. Except I don't know if you can piss and shit in 7 Days to Die yet. You can definitely die to zombies.
Yeah, can you kick a guy when he's taking a dump? 'Cause if not,
Don't think so.
I'm not interested.
I haven't experienced this in PvE, like with other co-op. So maybe there is a possibility of this kind of shenanigans. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we should
Honestly.
have a look. All right.
But that's everything I've played.
Oh, okay. Okay. I finished. I rolled credits on Resident Evil 4 remake, which was inevitable. I seem to always finish these games, so that's good. I actually just loved it. To be honest, I thought it was brilliant.
A good homage to the original.
Absolutely incredible. Really, the more I think about it, I mean, I started playing it, and I felt like I got a little bit thrown by at the start when you realize it's not your Resident Evil 4, and some things are slightly different, and at the beginning you start to not really recognize things as well. I mean, you're in the village and there's some other stuff, but like lots of routes have changed. I think round where the lake is where you fight the fish at the start, it's that they put loads more there, and I think they changed some of the routes as well. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe not change the routes, but really change things so they don't look the same at all. And that's pretty jarring at the start. You're like, this isn't the same. It's not. I don't like it. It's not what I'm used to. That was me. I was like that. And then the
Doesn't
more I
sound
played
like
it,
you.
the more I just relaxed about that, and it was like, okay, I now understand, right? Let's call it the mechanics are way better. It looks amazing. They've padded it out nicely, so there's stuff all over the place. No, it's not the same game. It's definitely just not a reskinned version. They haven't just pressed the HD button. And then you start to realize, you know what? This looks the same. Not that it looks the same. I know which area this is, and it looks different, but it's the same area, and they've changed it this way or they've changed it that way. And there were a couple of points as well where I was like, oh my God, have they taken that part out? And then I realized they hadn't taken it out. They just changed it, and it was just as good, right? If not better. Yeah, it was great. And I just plodded through,
Did you find this hard?
No, not at all.
Really?
I played on easy setting though. I just wanted to go through it. It was not difficult at all. But it wasn't difficult at all because I was very meticulous in making sure that I found everything that there was to be found. It gives you treasure maps, so you can pretty much pick up most of the treasures in every area. And if you do that, if you're very meticulous about conserving your bullets, watching your health, just being good. Look, dude, I've played how many times I've played all these Resident Evil games. Inventory and ammunition management is like a no-brainer for me on these games. And so playing on easy, I just was hard as nails, right? I made sure that I sold everything that I needed to sell, upgraded all my guns, and it didn't take much to kill anyone anyway. I carried a Magnum with 6 bullets. Every bullet was just reserved for anybody who was going to cause me a bit of inconvenience, right? Some guy would come out with a chainsaw, just shoot him with the Magnum, and that was it. It was just over, right? Just carry on.
I'm so shit at aiming in these games. I always miss so many fucking shots.
Yeah, it's good. It feels good. I played on the PS5, and it felt great on the controller. The trigger was good.
Oh, has it got adaptive trigger shit? Clever stuff.
Yeah,
now.
It's got all that. Felt really cool. Yeah, it was neat. Yeah, the bosses were good. It was just great. It was just brilliant. I mean, I don't think I need to go on about it too long. Like you, I finished up and then I jumped back in and started going and killing some stuff and looking for some other things. But I suddenly realized I didn't want to stick another 20 hours into it.
They fucking... So... it was on sale on the PlayStation Summer Sale. And I was like, oh, I might buy it. And that's the only version that's on sale now is the fucking deluxe edition. I'm not buying the fucking deluxe edition. I don't want the deluxe edition. It's cheaper to buy the deluxe edition than it is the normal version, I think, at the minute on PlayStation. I'm like, I don't want the fucking bullshit. Just give me the fucking base game.
Yeah, if you're hardcore, you want to play the...
It's just skins and shit.
Yeah, it is. I'm not really interested in that.
No, me neither.
Yeah, no, it's very, very satisfying. Thoroughly impressed. Capcom nailed it. Again, unreal. Really good.
That engine's
highly
nice,
recommended.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
the engine they've crafted is being used in all of their games, I believe, like Monster Hunter and everything's getting the what's it called? Is it called the Yeah, I can't remember what it's called.
Can't remember. If I had one criticism, it would probably be that sort of clunky Resident Evil 4 slow movement is getting a little bit tiresome.
Right.
You know, it's a hallmark of this. It's a hallmark of the series between 1 and 6, or 0 and 6, or whatever it is.
You do move now, though, don't you? When you're aiming, you can move. It's not like
Yeah, I
because
mean,
in the
don't get.
original,
Oh yeah,
you literally had to stand still, didn't you, when you were aiming?
oh yeah. Don't get me wrong. I mean, like it. You know, they improve. Like everything has been improved on. I still feel like I would like a little bit more first-person freedom in a game like this, but the constraints are there, and for a balance purpose, I think that's the whole game is based around that balancing. I would imagine if they gave you free proper FPS roaming, it would, or third-person roaming, it would totally break the game.
You're too easy.
But, but it's it's great, really good, really enjoyed that. So that was cool. And I'll just keep going. I'll talk about Balatro. Why not? So I went.
I saw you play. Well, I saw you put this on, and then in commas, in brackets. I was like, "What have you done?"
Yeah, in brackets modded. So I went down. I know that Balatro's been is heavily modified, and I've watched quite a few Balatro streams where they've used modded decks. So that was the first sort of intro to Balatro mods, was modded decks. So modded skins on the decks, modding the text and all that sort of stuff.
Putting anime girls on the
If that's what you're into, Dave.
Actually, I mean, most of the stuff I watched on Balatro University was much more progressive than that. It was. I think this first deck that I saw that he was using that was modded was all based around Pride Month or whatever and stuff like that. So, whatever. Anyway, yeah, fucking infected with the woke mind virus. So that was pretty neat. So I was aware that the modding was going on, and but I wasn't really interested in changing skins or modding for that reason. And then I was watching Zano, and he was doing a run with Zano, and he was doing a run with some other mods, and this mod was added a ton of vouchers. So the vouchers you get like at the start.
Well, it's just fucking completely breaking the game.
It's fucking completely bonkers, right? It's just absolutely. I put all the mods on, played around, and you're just playing for fun at this point. I mean, it's just whatever. But it's very interesting. This guy's sort of thrown in tons of vouchers which do really odd stuff and can help make you super powerful, or you buy it and you think it's good and it's not as great as you think it was. Anyway, I'm in the modding community is my point. I mean, I can.
What are you making mods? You got to that point yet?
No, I don't think I'll be doing that. I looked at some of the code. I'm like, I have no idea what I'm looking at. I'm not gonna get involved in that. I did play vanilla Balatro though quite a bit the week before, so I don't think I've spoken to you guys about that. Did I do anything of significance?
Have you done an E number yet?
No, I still haven't got that. I sort of know what I need to do. I just need the right game to present the opportunity, and I'm not interested in doing that with a modded deck. I don't think
that's cheating.
No point. Yeah, it's cheating, right? So,
but like, there's probably an E number deck, an E number mod, instant E's.
But yeah, it still remains fantastic. I love it. It's just
you're still just playing on the iPad.
Basically. No, I'm not playing. Oh yeah, that was the other thing that pissed me off a bit this week. Was that this Balatro guy said, "Oh yeah, I got all these announcements," and then he announced that the announcement was. I mean, it's one of 3 announcements. The other 2 haven't come yet because we got to wait for those, of course.
When's that?
The other, God knows. I mean, the announcement was the other announcements are coming, I think, or something. No, but his first announcement was they're making massive gameplay adjustments in 2025. Like, so?
Well, it's basically like
what kind of fucking announcement is that? Who gives a shit?
Sounds like there's
we probably expect that. I mean,
did you hear about
put me on tenterhooks for that?
He's put it in his will that he doesn't want it to go to like. It's never allowed in his IP to get into like actual gambling, and no casinos or any shit are allowed to fucking take his IP. It's in his will or something, because he's so anti-gambling or whatever. Because that was a bit of a hoo-ha about that when it fucking came out, and then all of a sudden they changed the age rating, didn't they?
Yeah. So yeah, it's good. still continues to be good. I shall report back later on anything else.
Okay.
And that's pretty much all I've got. Dave?
Well, I'll go on to the second game that you
I thought you
got
might.
me on.
Yeah.
Following on from Balatro,
Oh.
the Dungeons and Degenerate Gamblers demo, which
Okay.
has
I
since
won't have finished
apparently
typing this by the time you finish talking about it.
I've only played a little bit of it, but I was playing it on my Steam Deck, and I was quite enjoying it. It's basically blackjack, but with like random cards affecting lots of things, including the blackjack number,
Electro Jack.
Balatro Jack, stealing cards, adding cards to your deck, ability to add or remove values of numbers of your cards.
Yeah.
There's a health system. There's also
Yeah.
like
Somebody, sorry to interrupt, Dave, but somebody would say, oh, it's a Balatro like blackjack game. Someone called it Blackjack Tro or something like that. But I don't actually think it's like Balatro. I think it's more like a Slay the Spire, where you have a health system where you're up against an opponent and you're trying to chip away at them.
yeah,
I think it's way more like Slay the Spire, like something like that.
there's a lot more like not story, but there's a lot more sort of singular progression. And you can choose your own adventure, and you can choose to whether go against pet players or go to the bar and have a drink, which you might get something or have the ability to buy something or have something stolen from you. And then you can and you've always got a choice of two things: either choose which opponent you're going against, and different opponents have different things. One of the opponent types I've seen has the drunk, not ability, but what's it called? The
Debuff.
drunk status. Yeah, which I don't quite know what it is, but I think they play badly. I think they hit a lot more than they would do normally.
When they're on like 17 or 18, they go, still fucking give me another one, fuck's sake.
Did you, there was one guy I played, and I think he was classed as a boss. I don't know, did you play the guy who he had two cards. One of the cards was, it copies the card he plays and it basically creates another one for him. And the other card he had was like the one of circles or something like that. It's just a single point.
Right, I'm not sure. I
So
know
you
I played
play
against the manager, which is a boss, but yeah.
So you play. So I was playing him, and it was like I was just playing him, and he was drawing his cards or whatever like that. And I thought this is just easy. And then I realized I didn't even notice until getting very close. I realized what was happening. Of course, was that he was basically creating a hand of ones, right? So if you didn't take him down quickly, he was going to be playing 21s all the time, right?
Okay.
So you had to take him down quickly,
right?
Because if you didn't, he was going to fuck you right over.
Right.
So really good, really
Yeah.
good. I was really impressed. I'm really impressed. It's got things like really odd cards suddenly get into your hand.
Yeah.
So you'll sit there and you'll draw out like a queen, and you're like, brilliant. All I need to do is draw out an ace or something, or another queen. I'm sitting pretty on whatever, and then you draw out -11, a card with -11 on it. You're like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, and it's
-11 sounds like it could be quite handy though.
Who knows, right? That's the thing. It's again, you're not quite
saves
sure.
you getting bust.
Something that, and I think, like all these other games, Balatro can be quite similar. The card that seems relatively underpowered at one point of the game can be completely overpowered at another stage of the game, right? Or with other cards.
Yeah.
It's neat.
Yeah, it's good, and you basically you play the cards that you're given. But I know on a couple of runs I just like steamrolled it quite like the first 5 or 6 people, steamrolled them. At the end of every round, you get to have a choice whether to pick a card, pay for like unraveling a different card, which could be slightly better than the card you've already been shown, and you add that to your deck. And then as you play the next one, you go and it's just a random selection of the cards that's in your deck. And your deck's, I think when you start, is quite a like I was choosing hearts, which is the easiest one. You've only got 11 cards in your deck, which is 2 to ace. and I think you only pull out cards in that. In that, or you only get a buff from those? I can't really remember.
Not too sure.
But
Didn't play it long enough to figure
no.
everything out.
But like that one game, I literally couldn't win any hand, and I lost on the first one. I was like, that was so random. But then like I played another one and yeah, steamrolled them again. And it was only then that I was realizing, right, I've got a health bar as well. I've got to beat, or if I'm gonna lose a hand, I might as well lose a hand by 5 points because
That
you
was
have.
the thing so that was the thing. So how they do it is, if you don't want to go bust, that's the
No.
worst thing you can do, right?
Yeah.
So if you go
Just
bust
like lose
and
21 points.
right, if you go bust and he's got 20, or he stands on something, it tells you what they stand
Yeah.
on, right? So he
Yeah.
may stand on 17 each. But anyway, if you get beat, if you go bust and they've got 18 or 19 or 20 or whatever, that's the amount of health you're going to lose.
Yeah.
I didn't pick up on that.
No.
I was frivolously going, fuck, I
Yeah.
got bust. So what?
Yeah.
And then I lost, and I was like, well, how have I lost so quickly? Yeah, so you have to be careful.
Yeah. So even if you got like 13 and you think, oh, hang on, how, and you can look at your deck that you've previously played and you can work out, oh, I have played lots of 10s or lots of face cards.
You can look at what's in your hand still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then you can work out, is it actually worth me
Yeah,
trying?
I've got yeah, I was doing that. So you would pull it up and you go, okay, I got 6 cards in my hand, and only 2 of them are going to help me here. So I've got a 1/3 chance of not going bust, basically.
Yeah.
Is it worth it? And you start calculating, you start making moves like that, right?
And it took me, after that first game that I lost, like in the first round, I was like, how did I do that? And then I looked at it a bit more. I was like, bust is the worst thing that you can do. You can look at the cards that you've played and you've already got in your hand. You can make like educated guesses, and work out the statistics on, if I play the next card, what's the likelihood of me going bust? And if it's more than like 80%, the likelihood that you might as well that you go bust, you just stick and you lose, but you lose less health than what you would do when you go to bust.
Sometimes you just have to take the loss.
Yeah, exactly. So I started getting quite into it, and then, as you say, the demo ran out.
Fucking yeah, I went to finally play the demo, and it kept saying there was no license for this. I was like, what the fuck are you on about? Yeah. I installed it like a few days ago, and then never got around to playing it. It's like, oh, the game's out now. The demo's fucking basically been withdrawn.
And koi-bushed. But it played really well on the Steam Deck. It was a really nice game.
So are you touch screening it on the Steam Deck, or
yeah?
Can you? Is there PvP?
Not that I'm aware of in the
That
demo.
would be nice if we could, because there's no reason you couldn't play against each other.
Well, just play straight up blackjack against each other, or weird.
Oh, with crazy decks, right? Yeah, that would be fun. That would be all right.
It was introductory offer. It was £11.50 or something, I think, to buy, and then that's 10% off. I think I had an email from Green Man Gaming to say I could buy it for 28% off. So I don't know what that is. Probably like £9 or something. I haven't actually logged in to see. So it is on offer some places.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna pick it up.
I forgot that was on.
So yeah.
Yes. Oh, it says. No, I've not logged in. It's 10% off on Green Man Gaming normally, same as Steam, £11.50. But because I'm a special member, I can get it for £9.21 on Green Man Gaming.
I got 20% off here for some reason. Anyway.
What, on Steam?
Oh, it's the Not a Real Casino bundle.
Because that's with Not a Luck Be a Landlord. You already own.
I already own 2 of them. I already own Batra and Luck Be a Landlord. But it actually makes the base game cheaper.
Really cheap, yeah. There's weird bundle deals on Steam that sometimes work out. They're really cheap.
Good, yeah. So I probably have more to talk about on that because I am.
Oh, so you actually bought the game then?
I'm buying it right now.
Well, there we go.
Why does it say I don't own Luck Be a Landlord? I own it.
You don't have that on Epic or something crazy?
Oh, mate, I don't know, maybe something weird. So yeah. I'm the only one last game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Factorio.
You're playing this a bit, have you?
Oh, I've been putting lots of time into this. Again,
Let's see a few achievements pop in this time around.
yeah, I'm getting my achievements on the go. I've been so I've got to a point. If anybody else listens that has played Factorio, I've got to the point where I have unlocked robots. I've just started to unlock yellow science.
Yellow
And
science.
yellow science.
What does that mean?
That's past red,
It's just
green.
like belts. It's like karate belts.
Yellow is utility, so it includes more automation and robot ability unlocks.
Looks like a little ant farm on the screen.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, so the automation and having my robots do everything for me instead of me putting down belts and like manually setting up all these factories. I can tell my robots to do it for me. So from the sort of main map mode, ghosting, which allows much quicker setups and lots more mess up like cock ups of creating these factories as well. But I'm getting there. I'm running out of iron though, so yeah, it's the main resource that you need, and I because I've got the enemies on, which I've never played with before, but I've surrounded my base with turrets, but I need to go out and kill a load of basically spawners because I'm just getting attacked constantly at the moment. And I'm spending a lot more time defending my base than actually doing anything with it. But it's a challenge, and as I say, I'm getting my achievements on. I'm going for I want to launch a rocket again.
That's the full-on end game.
That's my end game. There is more end game to that, but that's my end game.
To launch a rocket.
To launch a rocket. Yeah. Because the premise is Factorio is that you're dumped on a world and you need to escape that world. Right. That's the premise of the game, the story behind it, and that's all the story there is. You launch a rocket. People do set their own record, set their own goals as launching a rocket every minute, or yeah, there's a lot to it that people you basically launching a rocket is the start of the end game for some people, but for me, that's where I'm going to get to.
This is a game that's had loads of like DLCs, isn't
it? No, not much DLC. There is a DLC coming out in October, Space Age. But apart from that, there's not. It's been an early access for a long time, and it's recently gone 1.0.
Right.
I say recently, last year or so. But it's been sort of, it's like RimWorld. It's it's been a long lead up, and there is a lot of people are sort of been playing it for a long time. But yeah, in October there is the next big update. There's tons and tons and tons of mods. The actual DLC I think is based on one of the mods, big mods that was sort of developed for it. So, but yeah, I didn't realize I was playing it so recently as last year. Last week when I was saying about it, I looked at my because I take screenshots randomly, and I was like, oh, my screenshot of when I last launched Rocket was December 2023, and I was like, I thought I'd spent a lot longer ago playing it, but
what? Are you serious? I feel like you played this like last month. And I don't mean that offensively, even though it sounds it. But
I think I play a lot of other similar games.
You're playing Satisfactory a lot, weren't you?
I was playing Satisfactory.
Maybe I'm getting
Yeah, I was playing Dyson Sphere a lot as well, which is
Dyson Sphere. You had to launch something, didn't you?
That's the
Hey,
whole
or was it-
deal
no,
with
you
that
had to
game,
make
isn't
the Dyson
I
sphere.
had to make a good ice to say that was my end game on that one. Yeah.
Oh.
I had
Yeah.
my first experience tinkering with mods this last week. I didn't talk about
With
it.
what?
Like tinkering with mods.
Oh, okay.
See, everyone's having to go on the old mods.
Yeah, so I got round to modding Fallout New Vegas. With
Oh,
I
for
saw
this
you.
London
You
thing or
launched
whatever.
no. Fallout 4 is Fallout London.
Oh.
But you need I haven't got what you need.
Oh, you
to
told
do.
me this last night. That's why
I was talking to you about this, but yeah, we haven't spoken about it here. But yeah, I downloaded. It was fucking like 13 gigabytes of mods that I installed for New Vegas.
Oh,
which,
mate.
because I was too tight to pay for a month of Nexus Mods Premium, I had to fucking spend about 3 hours clicking to download each individual mod. Like I downloaded the Vortex thing, which does it all for you basically, but you still have to it goes. You can only do one at a time basically, and it restricts the download speed to 3 megabytes, MB. So it takes fucking ages. And I finally got around to starting it, and by the time I started, I was like, I don't know if this actually looks any better than it would normally. Because I can't remember what it looked like originally, but it looked alright. The character face models of the guy, I was like, oh, that doesn't look like a. How old is it now? 12 years old or something insane?
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, so it didn't look super old, but I never really progressed beyond the initial character specking process. But maybe I'll play a bit more New Vegas because everyone freaking says it's really good. Not words about everyone, but a lot of people say it's extremely good. There's loads of content mods in terms of new content, new missions and shit like that. But I was like, I don't think I want any of that. I just want to play the game, but not look like complete shit in 2024. So I did loads of fucking texture mods and shit like that. But yeah, it took a long fucking time to do. And I literally just started the game and I was like, obviously the cutscenes are not up-resed. They look well jank. Right, the little cutscenes where you get, because basically the start of the game in New Vegas, spoilers for the first 5 minutes of the game, you get fucking killed, but you don't get killed because the doctor fucking saves you somehow, takes the bullet out of your brain because you literally get shot in the head.
I don't remember any of that.
Yeah, so there we go. Maybe I'll play some for New Vegas. I don't know.
All right, didn't make your list, did it?
No, well, literally, like I say, I actually got as far as installing a shitload of fucking mods one night and playing it for about 20. Well, it was probably about an hour of fucking fannying about.
I did see you were playing New Vegas, and then 5 minutes later, it was like you playing New Vegas again. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's weird. That's I'm literally getting a notification that Stan is playing Battlefront 2 every fucking 30 seconds for some reason at the minute. It's like, why is that doing that every fucking... Why it's like, clearly
he's
not
probably
closing
modding
it and
that.
restarting it, closing it, restarting it. What is that all about?
All
But
right.
yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, that's all the games. I think that will do as a point to wrap up. Do you not think?
What else do you want to talk about?
Nothing. We're done.
Oh, I benched 70 kilos.
Is that good? If it is, congratulations.
I tried for 75 and I couldn't quite do
Don't
Was
that.
this just like a one-off, or is 3 sets of 10?
That was my one rep. I could have done more, but I was like,
I feel
no,
like you
I'm
should be
gonna
doing more
try
now,
and do
Dave.
75.
I feel like you're not
70
pushing
kilos
yourself
is
enough.
Quite a lot. I weigh 80 kilos.
I weigh
So
82 kilos.
80 what? Actually, I weigh 81.1. 81.1.
I wish I weighed 80 kilos. Those 2 kilos are taking a fucking long time to disappear.
So
Well,
I was very proud. Yeah, I was very proud of myself.
Well done.
Doing that. So yeah.
Good. Well done.
Thank you. How's your swimming going?
Not very well. I swam in the lake.
Did you?
On accident or purpose?
On purpose.
No E. coli in that lake, no?
Definitely not. It was lovely.
How would you know? Other than you'd be having the shits for 7 days
well,
after.
all the lake water, that's what we drink in the house.
What?
What?
All the lake
Oh,
water.
it's like a man-made lake, is it?
Yeah, all the houses get their water from the lake. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's filtered.
Yeah.
And
Of
yeah.
course. Yeah. Yeah. Filter the E. coli out of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
all the
All right.
fish poo. Right.
Okay, come on. Let me get out of here.
I will do my bit.
Okay.
Thank you for listening to the Seal Podcast. If you'd like to ask us questions, get involved, please contact us at sealpodcast.com and fill in a form. Hopefully, we'll see the email.
We ain't gonna do shit.
I'll be checking the spam. Don't worry.
Talk
You
is
can
cheap.
you can also get us on email direct to us at sealpodcast@gmail.com. You can join us on a Discord server. A link is pinned on YouTube at Seal Podcast, X at Seal Podcast, and not our website yet, but maybe.
Maybe one day if someone pulls their
I don't
finger
know.
out.
Do you think I should put it on there? Do you think I should put it on there? No.
Nah, I don't fucking care.
Get some right randoms in there.
We do have YouTube and Twitch channels which we upload and stream to. Nat, do you want to
Neil?
do a Neil?
How many have
Nat is
you
my
had?
boss. Nat is my boss at work. And
Wow.
yeah.
Come on, Nat.
Are they
Come on,
gender
Nat.
fluid?
Gender fluid. No, he's male. Nat.
Oh, I don't know. Well, okay, it could have been a
Nathaniel.
male or a female. I don't know.
It could have been
Nat?
yeah. Neil, shout out for Twitch.
I was just going to say, the Discord link is available on the Acast page as well.
Okay.
On the where do you find your podcast links?
Cool.
And yeah, so thank you very much to Arnie for subscribing for the 28 months in a row.
Sub. I haven't even been in Twitch. I got a sub today. That's what I got to do.
Chill Robots, Justin and Christian and Scott. Thanks for chatting in the chat, saying hello, and congrats on me. And anyone else who was lurking. And anyone who listens. You're all awesome.
Everyone's awesome.
Join the Discord if you're not in there already. I think all the people who I've mentioned in the chat are actually in the Discord.
Good.
And they're all awesome.
So if you want to join our football league,
Details are on the Discord.
Details and it's in like the football section or something.
FPL Leagues channel.
FPL leagues. Do you want to just post the links again?
No, because they're in the FPL Leagues and nothing else is in that channel. Literally, it just shows the links.
Is it just that as well?
It's just the links to the leagues. That's why I created that channel, because if you put it in a normal channel, it gradually just disappears.
Yeah. No, awesome. Good on you.
Anyway.
Challenge League. He had head-to-head challenge and main league. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
24 in the main league. Not so many in the head-to-head league. Come on. Don't be shy. Don't be scared. We want 20 in there.
All right, we done?
Yes.
Okay. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Thanks all. Bye.